Okay, let's see if we can figure out this converting one base to another base. First thing we need to do is it's easier if we convert a random base to base 10 and then from base 10 to the another base. So in order to convert base 5 to 10, we need to multiply each digit by the value of that position. So that would be like the 4 you would multiply by 5 to the 0 power, which is 1, because this is the ones place. And then the 3 you would multiply by 5 to the first place. So the value of this would be 5. So, and then we would add those two together to get to 10. So that would give us 4 times 1 is 4. And then 5 times 3 would be 15. So 34 and base 5 is equal to 19 and base 10. Sorry, my kids are in the background. And then in order to change 19 base 10 to base 2, we would divide. So we need to find the different values of 2 in each digit. So like 2 would be 2 to the 0 is 1. 2 to the first power is 2. 2 to the second power, which is like 2 times 2, would be 4. Sorry, distracted. Then 2, the third power would be 8. And 2 to the fourth power would be 16. So then we need to use this 19 and we need to figure out, first thing we need to do is we need to divide the 16 by 19. So it would be like the 16 over here by this 19 over here. We need to go 16 divided by 19. That would only go one time with 3 left over. So it'd be 1, remainder of 3. So we got our first number is 1. So we have, next we need to do is take that 3. So we got to do the 3, and we see, so we did the 2, that place value, so now we need to go to this place value. And so 3 divided by 8, oh wait, sorry. You would do 8 divided by 3. So 8 divided by 3 is 0 times. And so that would be 0 with a remainder of 3 still. And then we still have a remainder of 3. So we have to do, now we're on the 4. So we need to do 4 divided by 3 is still 0 with a remainder of 3. Now we're down here. So we need to do the 2 divided by 3. That would be 1. So 2 times 1 is 2. You have a 1, the remainder of 1. Now what we need, sorry, is to do the 1. So you put the 1 here, and you're dividing it by the 1 over here. So the answer is 1, and we have a remainder of 0. So that's what we are looking for, is to find the remainder of 0, and that gives us all of our digits in our number. So 34 base 5 and base 2 is now the 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, and base 2. So we got that like the, whoops. We got that here, the 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. And that gives us our base 2 answer over here. Okay. Let's try B. All right, let me let you see it here. You can pause it so you can see what I did. So in order to get from base 5 to base 10, you'd be multiplying by the place value. But in order to get from 10 to another number, you'd be dividing. So that's how we did over here. We did all the divisions. Okay. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Let's try B. So we had to tell Daddy if you want ice cream. Sorry, guys. So we're going to go from base 8 to 10. So in order to do that, we need to multiply by the value, the place value. So 8 in this first column would be 8 to the 0, which would be 1. And then 4 would be multiplied by 8 to the first, which is 8. So that would be 8, or 0 times 1 is 0. And then we're going to add that to 8 times 4, which would be 32. So 40 base 8 is the same as 32 base 10. Sorry guys, technical difficulties. Rachel, you messed up. Sorry, my daughter tried to FaceTime me while I was doing this. Let me go back to Zoom. Sorry about the interruption. Okay, so we're back again. So we have 40 base 8 is the same thing as 32 base 10. And now that we have the base 10 number, we can divide and get it down to the 7. So what we need to do is find the 7 powers. So 7 to the 0 power is 1. 7 to the first power is 7. 7 to the second power is 49. And we know that's going to be too big because that's bigger than our original number, 32. So we're going to start with the 7 to the first power, the 7. So we're going to divide 32, or wait, 7 divided by 32. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to take the 32 and divide it by our 7, which is our biggest number that I'll go into. So 7 divided by 32 is 4. 4 times 7 is 28, and that gives us a remainder of 4. So we have 4, which is our first term, with a remainder of 4. So now we got the 7. Now we have to divide it by 1. So we are going to do 1 divided by our remainder. So 1 divided by 4 is 4. And that gives us a remainder of 0, which is what we're looking for. So our 40 base 8 to base 7, so our answer would be 44 base 7. And again, that's like the 4 and the 4 gives us the 44 base 7. All right, next. Oh, I'll let you look at it for a second. Sorry. Any questions, let me know. So then we have 34 base 6 to base 3. So we need to start by changing the 34 to base 10. So we would do that by multiplying the 34 by the powers, the 6's. So we have 6 to the 0 is 1, and 6 to the first is 6. So 6, or 1 times 4 is 4. And we're going to add that to the 6 times 3 is 18. So 18 plus 4, 22. So that would be 22. Now it's going to be a base 10. So in order to change the base 10 number, the 22, to base 3, we're going to find the 3. So we have 3 to the 0 is equal to 1. 3 to the first is 3. 3 to the second is 9. 3 to the 3 is equal to 27. So that's going to be too big. So we're going to know we're going to start at the 9 because the 27 is bigger than the 22. So then we're going to come down and we're going to say 22 divided by the 9 is 2 is 18 is remainder 4. So 2 remainder 4. So then we're going to take and we're going to start with this 3 over here. So we're going to do 3 divided by 4. 3 divided by 4 is 1. Gives us 3, remainder 1. So our first number is 2, second number is 1. We still have this remainder 1. So that we're going to have that over here. And we're going to divide it by this 1. So 1 divided by 1 is 1. Remainder 0, which is what we're looking for. So 34 base 6 is going to be equal to our 2, our 1, and our 1. So we have 211 base 3. So that is our final answer on that one. All right, let's try D. 21 base 2 to base 4. So we're going to change the base 2 to 10. So to do that, we do 2 to the 0, 10, 2 to the 1. So 2 to the first power is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. And then 2 to the first is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. That's going to be equal to 5 base 10. Then once we get from base 10, we need to divide by the value of 4. So we have 4 to the 0 is 1. 4 to the 1 equals 4. 4 squared is 16. So we know 16 is too big. We're going to start with 4. So we're going to take, we'll start down here, 4 divided by the 5 is 1 with a remainder of 1. Sorry, let's move that down. Oops. All right, sorry. So then we have that remainder 1. So we're working on that. We're going to be dividing with that. So we have 1 divided by 1 is 1. Remainder 0. So our numbers are going to be 11 base 4. So 21 base 2 is the same as 11 base 4. Hope this is making a little bit more sense for you guys. All right, we are at E. And you can pause if you want to look at it in between. So we have base 14 to base 15. All right, let's do E. We got 36 base 14, and we're converting it to base 15. First thing we need to do is we need to multiply the powers of 14 by the 36. So 6 would be multiplied by 14 to the 0, which is 1, and 3 would be multiplied by 14 the first power, which is 14. So 6 times 1 is 6. 14 times 3 is 42. When we add that together, we get 48 base 10, just like we did before. Now we're going to convert that 48 base 10 to base 15. So we need to take and find the 15s. 15 to the 0 is 1. 15 to the first power is 15. 15 squared equals 225. And we see that 225 is definitely bigger than 48. So we're not using that one. We're going to start with 15. So we take 15 divided by 48 is 3. 3 times 15 is 45. Minus 3 gives us a remainder of 3. So then we're going to take that 3 and we're going to divide it by the 1. So we have 1 divided by 3, 3. 3 minus 3, 0. So we have a remainder of 0, which is what we want to see. So our answer would be the 3, 3. Our answer is 33 base 15. Hoping this makes a little sense. And let's see if we can come down here. So up here, what number comes after 234 and the fifth base? So we know, like we were talking about before, we know that there is no 5 in the base 5 number system. So if we add a 1 here, that would, the 4 would go down to a 0. The 3 would add to the 1 before, and we have bring the 2 down. So our answer would be 240 base 5. What number comes after 1,200 or 1024 in the fifth base? We would add a 1 to that. 4 plus 1 would go to the next grouping. 2 plus 1 is 3. We have 0 and 1. So our next, oops. And then this one is tricky. I messed up on it at first. What number comes before 222 to the third base? Well, you're only subtracting 1. So that would just be 221 base 3. So this is kind of like expression where it breaks it out, kind of like what we were doing, like which place value has what value. So we know like the 5 is in the ones place, the 4 is tens, 3 is hundred, and 2 is thousands place. So what we're doing is we're just finding the expanded 4. So that would be the same as 2,000 plus 300 plus 40 plus 5. That's the same as 2,345. All right, the way I did B is it would be like 3 times 1 over 100. Sorry. So it would be 3 times 1 over 100, 100, and then 4 times 1 over 10,000. Oops. This should be a plus in here. Plus 5 times 1 over 10,000, or sorry, missed a 0 in there. 100,000 plus 6 times 1 over million plus, oh, that would be it. The rest are all zeros. And the reason for 0 being important, I put as a placeholder, and it has value. Oh, I guess express the 50,368 in expanded notation. That would be 50,000 plus 300 plus 60 plus 8. The way I did this base 10 and base 16 is I just started and wrote all the numbers out in base 10. I just did 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So base 10, we know there's no 10. This is the one we normally count in. So then we would go 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, so base 16, I'm assuming this is right. I could be completely wrong. Like it would skip from 15 to 20. And then like base 8 would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Skip to 20. Oops, 20. We have 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and then 27. And once you get to 27, there's no 8, so we have to go to 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, and then we'd go to 40. And then base 9 would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's no 9, so we have to go to 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. There's no 9, so we would go to 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and 36. And I think what she was saying is like for base 10, this would be like 1, 2 with a remainder of 4. So it would be 2, remainder 4, like 2 groups, remainder 4. And then for 16, it would be 1 group, remainder 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, remainder 9. And then for base 8, we have 1, 2, 3, remainder 1. And then for base 9, we have 1, 2, 2, remainder 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I think that's what she was trying to get at in class, is what she was looking for on that one. Sorry, that was my note. All right, so on these, I don't know if you need help with these, but we'll go ahead and do them. So group 12 chickens and groups of 5. How many complete groups will you have and how many chickens will remain? What I did is I just took 12 chickens. I did 1, 2, let's do it a little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, so if we have 12 chickens, we need to group them in 5s. So 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it would be 2 groups, remainder 2. And then we have 20 ducks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So you have 20. And we need to group those in groups of 6. 1, 2, 3. So that would be 6. Oops. 1, 6. 2, 6. 3, 6. So that would be 3 groups, remainder 2. And then it says if you have 2 groups of 5 ducks, how many groups of 3 would you get if you regroup the ducks? All right, so what I did, I 2 groups of 5. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's make that a little bit bigger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 5, 2 groups of 5. So that's 10 total. And how many groups of 3 would you get if you regroup the ducks? So this is kind of what we're doing. We're converting one base to another. So if we're grouping them instead of by 5s, we're grouping them by 3. So we do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we'd have 3 groups, remainder 1. All right, so this is 11 base 3 is the same as what in base 10. So if we would do 11 base 3, we need to change that to 10. So we need to take it and we need to multiply it by the 3 to the 0 and 3 to the 1. Let's fix this. So that would be 1 plus 3 times 1 is 3. So that would be equal to 4. So 11 base 3 is the same as 4 base 10. So this is the same as saying, like if you had 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 11 groups of 3. Oops. So you have 11 groups of 3 in base 3. So then if we wanted to recalculate that into base 10, so we would do, let's see. So you would do every 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oops. Let's do big. 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we have 10. And then let's go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's another set. And then let's say green. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then let's do yellow. So then we have 3 left over. So 11 base 3 is the same as 4 base 10. 1, 2, 3. I might have did that wrong. All right, so what I just did, delete that. The answer is 4 base 10. But in order to find it, let's go back to the way we were adding, where we have 3 plus 1. Can't do that because it's base 3. So that would be 0 and then 1 to make it 10 for the next number. And if we wanted to add one more, that would be 11 base 3. So that's what represents this 11 base 3. So in order to show that, it would be one group of 3. So that's where you get the 10, this place, 1, with one remainder, which the remainder is in the ones place. So it would be 3, 11 base 3. And to change that into 4 base 10 is, oops, it's not a group because it's still only 4 ones. It doesn't have the 10th place. We haven't made a full set of 9 or 10 numbers yet. So it's 11 base 3 is 4 in base 10. Hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, let me know and I can explain it. I had to rewrap my brain around it too. All right. Let's see. All right, if you have any other questions, let me know. I know this video is getting kind of long. If you have anything, let me know. I'll walk you through it. If not, good luck.